Welcome back to the show, everybody. Check out these headlines. Is the BlackRock XRP ETF debunked? We're going to take a look at that once and for all. Hopefully, it may not be we'll see. James Wallace and 90% of central banks, you're going to want every single bit of it. And could the World Bank be wrong about XRP and XLM? We're going to take a look at that too. And how about this? Is XRP preparing for a $240 skyrocket ride? I don't know, but somebody roll that beautiful intro so we can find out.
Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show. You can follow us on Twitter and YouTube for exclusive content. Right now, it's $1.44 trillion market cap for crypto. The market is off by 0.3%. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. 36,100 plus for Bitcoin right now, just over $2,000 for Ethereum, and 87.5 billion plus for Tether market cap. 63 cents for XRP at the moment, off by 3.4 in the 24-hour and off by 7.4 on the 7-day. The range of price very quickly is between 61 cents and 66 cents. Quite a spread on that right now where we are today. We'll keep an eye on it. It's up a little bit from this morning's video. We'll keep an eye on it. I know the technical analysts say this is a very important window we're in, so we're trying to watch it in the range of price and what's going on with it. But let's talk about this real quick. There have been numerous scams online. There are scam advertisements on my YouTube videos. There are scammers in my comments. No matter how many times we try to go to YouTube and ask them to take them off, they don't do it. But let me tell you something. This is pure VPN, and they have so many products that you can use, and not just VPN, that you want to know about this, ladies and gentlemen. Black Friday at 83% off the golden ticket, plus 3 months extra. The prices are remarkable. And again, they have so many other features than just high-speed VPN feature, secure password manager, end-to-end file encryption, personal privacy manager. This is the stuff you're going to want to have. And look at this price. You can't afford not to do it. That's where this is. It's a golden ticket, no doubt about it, 83% off. Click the link underneath for my sponsor and get that today. Don't waste any more time. And by the way, talk about not wasting any time, it's linked to. Remember, they have Ripple private equity that just hit back on the board today. Uphold and Ripple. You can get Uphold on link to. And guess what? They're launching together to do B2B payments on Uphold through Ripple. This is remarkable. When and who is going to be the first financial institution to use XRP in cross-border transactions from the U.S.? And we know that there's 46 plus billion in escrow that Ripple is dealing with as a steward. Imagine hitting the all-time high or breaking the all-time high, as these technical analysts are talking about. This is what I'm looking for in an investment, ladies and gentlemen. And I know you are too, and we all know a lot about it. But are you going to take the action today? And are you going to sign up and register and get your Ripple and Uphold right here on Link2's platform? Click the link from my sponsor below and get started. That's all. It's that simple. And you know what? And look at this. Let's get back to this. Let's see if we can get a final resolution. What's going on here? Can we? The BlackRock XRP ETF. We're pretty much getting an inclination here that it is fake. But listen, I remind people, this is the kind of games that start happening when the big institutions come into play here. Now, I'm not saying BlackRock specifically is responsible for this, but this is the kind of stuff that starts to happen when the large institutions make their way into this space. And we, as a reminder, we are no longer in just a speculative market. It's about to change, and we're headed for deeper water, which means we're the little fish and minnows in this water. And the great whites and the killer whales, they're all coming in with their money and their tricks at hand. So be very, very aware of that. Listen to this one citizen here making a game-changing call to the Delaware Registry, exposing insights about the intriguing connection between BlackRock and XRP. And shout out to Good Morning Crypto and the person that made this call.
Yes, ma'am.
I see that someone called earlier today regarding this filing and this request and certain things regarding that. You got to give them time to to see what's going on with the request.
Okay.
So someone's already put in information regarding this order.
Okay.
There we have it. So again, we don't know everything, but it does appear that it has been debunked at this time. But again, head on a swivel, because going back in history, we know Robert Mitchnick, who helped develop the XRP calculator with Susan Athey, who's still at Ripple, went on to work and head up the digital asset division for BlackRock. So again, I asked a question as I did yesterday. Why in the hell wouldn't they have an XRP trust? It's the only digital asset with legal clarity. Robert Mitchnick, formerly of Ripple, knows exactly the power and the technology at hand here. So why wouldn't they do it? So again, we will see where this all goes, but BlackRock has said it's not them. So we will see. Now, for some good news here, FOMO Pay secures license in Hong Kong. Yes, we love this because it's a Ripple partner, so shout out to them for that. Then we have this. This is James Wallace talking about what's the most exciting thing about CBDCs and stablecoins. He says innovation, but so much more in this clip. Now, I often get asked. He says, I often get asked. Now, what I had to do was do a special thing to get the audio without the copywritten music here. So let me hit that and let me hit this so we can hear it. Are you ready? Here we go.
I often get asked the question, what's the most exciting thing about CBDCs and stablecoins? In one word, innovation. My name is James Wallace and I head up CBDC at Ripple. You might already know that over 90% of central banks around the world are now exploring CBDCs. There are many drivers for CBDC, including the decline of cash, improving payments efficiency, lowering costs, and the desire to innovate the ways in which money is used. Ripple's CBDC platform is your one-stop shop for the creation of digital currency, designed for minting, managing, transacting, and redeeming CBDCs and stablecoins. Here's how it works. First, standard APIs enable seamless integration of the CBDC platform into a central bank's existing systems. This allows the bank to leverage their current infrastructure. Central banks can then mint their CBDC on a private version of the XRP ledger that they control. Digital currencies can then be distributed directly to authorized accounts, either through commercial banks or directly to consumer wallets. Transactions run on a private ledger and are settled in seconds, and this is all done in a regulated and secure environment. The Ripple CBDC platform also permits the secure destruction of currency, giving the bank full control over monetary supply. The results? Lower costs, faster transactions, greater financial inclusion for all, and all done with a minimal carbon footprint. So explore this with us today. We'll work together to build a custom pilot and future-proof your financial infrastructure.
Now that's what we're talking about right there, right? And those diagrams show you just how important an asset like XRP can be to serve as a bridge asset to the financial system. Not a challenge, not a threat, but a complement to the system. Like water, to ease the friction between the currencies of the world and other tokenized things of value as well. Derivatives, stocks, bonds, so on. You get the picture. You know, this is really a point made here that I want to highlight from Mark Phillips about this post from Ripple and James Wallace. Outstanding explainer by Ripple, and it is. This reminds him of a recent IMF news document which reads, a public version of distributed ledger technology as used by Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies is not suitable for a CBDC because of concerns about control, privacy, scalability, and finality. However, central banks are exploring some of the technology features that DLT offers in the context of permissioned private version that is controlled entirely by the operator. What a remarkable comment that is, because it makes me feel of the same thing. And then there's this. The constant attacks that go on out here by the cancel culture Twitter police, the crypto Twitter police. A pundit addresses concerns of XRP pivoting to a stablecoin when the XRP ledger welcomes an automated market maker. This was basically an attack on the very, very real question and conversation that I wanted to have based on the idea that automated market makers could tighten the slippage, deal with the arbitrage, and then change the integrity or characteristics of the design of how the token works on the ledger and qualify under a Cat 1 category, basically saying a stabilization mechanism makes it a stable coin. Now, that could be a peg 1-to-1, or maybe we're asking the question in an open conversation way because we do not know the answer. Right? We're trying to open the conversation for the greater good to get the conversation going, because the obvious thing is that either we can dismiss it or we need to embrace it, or whatever the case may be. But the reality is that we've been told that we're not allowed to talk about this, right? We've been told that this is not a topic we're allowed to discuss because the crypto Twitter cancel culture police out here have told us it's not on the table, right? We are not allowed to talk about this. But the World Bank believes it. So what we've learned here, and we've covered this multiple times if you've been with me for a while, we've learned that the World Bank, in fact, believes stable coins for cross-border payments are, in fact, XRP and XLM. It says it right there. Ripple XRP, Stellar Lumen, XLM. Now, what that really means is not only are we not allowed to talk about it, the World Bank has it wrong too. You know, here's the funny part about this. I'm not even saying that we're right. I'm saying that we should be willing to have the conversation because the World Bank is having it too. But these people believe that they're so smart. Look, these people are so arrogant that they're now flying in the face that the World Bank doesn't even have the right to do it, to have this conversation. This is where we need to get beyond the noise, the children, right? The ones that really are out to have this dominance because of their own ego. I could give a shit less whether I'm right or wrong. What I care about most is the fact that you know that we're speculating, that we're asking the proper questions because the World Bank perceives these assets to be stable coins in their industry and from where they sit. And that is what matters most to me. And if we can dismiss it, I'm happy to. But not because of their own ego and arrogance, but because we need definitive facts. That's what we need. I'm not interested in going back and forth with children over their own bullshit. What I'm interested in is getting the answers confirmed, because if the World Bank sees it as such, then I'm not dismissing it as long as they're not dismissing it. And I don't care what anyone else thinks about it. Let the children squabble amongst themselves. Now let's take a look at this, because I hope that all of these charts we look at someday actually happen and come true, so even the children can get rich. And then they can forget about all the ridiculous stuff that they do to attack all of us and tell us what we can and can't think. Oh, it's so childish. At any rate, here we are, the big blue hump. It looks like we're waiting for that big blue hump. We're in the yellow dip, but we want the big blue hump. I want it to be Mount Everest. Thanks to Egg Rag Crypto for that chart. And then there's this from Andrew, who says, if you look at this macro chart here of XRP's life and existence, this is what we see here. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Come over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And what happened right after 5? Right here, we saw the 2017-2018 bull run, right? Which happened over a few months from 0.006 of a penny all the way up to its all-time high, 384. We look down here, what do we see? 1, 2, 3, 4. What do we see here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Mimicking all over what we're seeing here is what the technical analysts are showing us. So we're poised for that moment is what they're showing us on the charts. Andrew says this would take us, XRP, to around $240. Now remember, if it mimics, this mimics history, and this mimics history, and we haven't had this yet, this happened over the course of 4 to 6 months from 0.006 of a penny to the 384. The 0.06 of a penny kicked off in around April time frame, went up around the 20-cent range or what have you, and then it ended up busting loose right towards the end of the year. If this repeats like we've seen this portion of the chart repeat, this portion of history, I'm excited to see where it goes. Ultimately, you know that this is what I'm here for. I'm here for those major 3, 4, 5-digit gains because I believe in the asset, whether it ends up being a stable coin or not, right? The reality is that I believe in the market infrastructure that has been built over the years by Ripple and other entities that understand this tech, and I firmly believe that we will witness the network effects from all of that hard work from more than a decade that has taken place sometime in the future. Not financial advice from me or anyone else, but I want to invite you now to come join us in the Freedom Zone, where we talk about all kinds of things where you will not be attacked. And believe me, it spans crypto, it spans the pandemic, it spans the economy, it spans all kinds of things, mandates, you won't believe it, side effects, the country with a red flag. We're going to talk about it today, and you're going to hear from the ETHgate whistleblower. Join us inside the Freedom Zone, digperspectives.com, ladies and gentlemen. That's the link underneath the video. We'll catch you on the inside. We're getting ready to get started right now. Not financial advice from me or anyone else. Just my digital perspectives. I'll catch all of you on the next one.